little town I grew up believing.
This is Perry Smith. Welcome back, Santa Clarita. We're here at the City of Santa Clarita Spotlight Show. I'm here in the studio with Mayor Bob Kellar and City Manager Ken Striplin. And we were just talking about the town hall meetings that Mayor Kellar established in his term here. And talk to me a little bit more about the interaction. There was a lot of city staff there. There was Sheriff Station Captain
Absolutely.
Paul Becker. And yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And thank you. It was something that I wanted to do this year, and if I may share with you, I did it when I was mayor before in 2008. We're more structured this time, if you will, by having a few more people from City Hall be available to answer questions and interact with the citizens. But yes, I make some comments from my position as mayor. Then I invite our city manager, Ken Striplin. Once again, will be making comments, and then we have our captain, Paul Becker, also talk about public safety. So that gives a good foundation for people to come together and learn. And once again, it's tailored to the area. So our next meeting's in Canyon Country. We're going to be talking more specifically about Canyon Country, and then when we move on to Saugus and Valencia, appropriately those areas as well. But we're looking forward to a good turnout, and I'm telling the citizens now, if you will, we'd love to see you. It'll be on March 5th. It's going to be at Fair Oaks Elementary School at 7 p.m., and you don't have to dress fancy. Be casual. Bring the family, and please join us.
Yeah, I noticed that it was a very relaxed atmosphere. People were talking about all kinds of different things. If I get your perspective, Mr. Striplin, what do you think about, what do you expect to see in Canyon Country at Fair Oaks Ranch Elementary on March 5th?
What I expect to see, typically when we come out to the Canyon Country community, the first thing that we expect is we expect to see a large turnout. This community is very good at coming out and hearing what's going on in the community and then sharing their feedback. Giving us suggestions, letting us know what are issues in the community, and really providing us with an opportunity to hear from them. So I expect that at the Fair Oaks Elementary School, we'll see a large turnout from the Canyon Country community.
And there'll probably be some new issues there. There's some new land there, some new residents that have recently became city citizens. Any types of things that you've heard so far as feedback from that area and the recently annexed area?
We've heard positive things, and usually when we go in and we annex an area, we usually go in within the first couple of weeks and really take an evaluative stance and looking at what needs to be done. So we've heard a lot of positive feedback because from everything from our streets crews to our tree trimming crews to our parks crews, we've gone in and tried to provide and make an immediate impact to let them know that their local government is there and the services that we provide are available to them and that will be focused on their area. So I expect we'll get some positive feedback from those communities.
And Mayor Kellar, if I could ask your perspective on what happened from the Newhall meeting, what was your kind of takeaway from that as far as the type of feedback you received?
Well, honestly, it's been very positive. The whole concept of town hall meetings, I think, is very well received by the community, and certainly it was well received in Newhall. As city manager indicated, I also look forward to a much larger turnout in Canyon Country, if for no other reason. We have more of our citizens live in Canyon Country than any of the other three communities making up the city. So we're expecting good turnout. And once again, it's not just for, giving pats on the back. It's to genuinely hear from our citizens as to, are there some issues out there that maybe we've overlooked or we need to give a little more focus to. And I think that lets the citizens know that this city, and we do, genuinely care about the service that we provide in making us a quality city for families to be in.
And as far as once an area becomes added into the city, what type of new services do people enjoy? What can they look forward to when they see that?
Well, I think largely a lot of people that don't live in the city now actually probably think they do live in the city. So it's very difficult with the boundaries we have. They kind of jig-jag throughout the area, and you may live on one side of the street and be in the city, and live across the street and not be in the city. So
Absolutely.
Largely speaking, I think they enjoy a lot of the services that we provide now. A couple of the things that we emphasize a little bit is obviously our parks and recreation services, and we have what we call a resident fee and a non-resident fee. So as you become part of the city, you now enjoy a lower cost recreation and experience in our park system. So that's something that immediately, I think our public safety, as we focused on our community, we've developed a contract with the Sheriff's Department that really specifically deals with the needs of our community and our neighborhoods. And I think that as they become part of the city, they also get the benefit of that customized approach to community policing and public safety.
And I know you bring up public safety again, and that's been an issue with a recent audit and as far as the budget. looking at how much better the response time is for contract cities as opposed to unincorporated areas. Can you talk to me about, your conversations with Sheriff Station Captain Paul Becker as far as, how that focus comes into play? And there's been, greater public safety has been enjoyed throughout the city.
Yeah, sure. One of the benefits that we have as part of our contract with the Sheriff's Department is the fact that we have a captain that is assigned to our city and is really serves as our chief of police. So that individual really has ownership and a responsibility to serve our community. And Captain Becker has done a phenomenal job in the last 3 years. I mentioned the other night what a success he's been and how many programs he's really come in and implemented that are specific to the issues that we face today. And so I think, as you look at the different response times or the issues that are faced with the unincorporated area, that really is the result of a much larger area that the Sheriff's Department has to budget and some of the fiscal challenges that they've had with their county budget. And as a contract city, we enjoy contractual rights, so to speak. So we contract for a certain amount of police services, and regardless of what's happening outside of our community, we are entitled to and we receive that level of service.
Absolutely, and there are certain benefits that come with that as far as that Sheriff Station County contract. We'd like to talk a little bit more about that when we get back from break. This is the City of Santa Clarita Spotlight Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. This is Perry Smith with Mayor Bob Kellar and Ken Striplin, and again, we'll be back to talk more about some of those services after the break.